Hello there, it's Eleanor Clapham here, and today is day 3 on the 6-week series of 6 weeks to a pain-free, drug-free birth. And today I'm going to talk about what methods that I use to prepare myself for this feat of having a birth that is without pain and without fear. And over the next couple of weeks I'm going to talk about all of the different methods that I use. So those methods are, among many things, are the use of meditation and relaxation, yoga, to improving my language. And when I say improving my language, it means the words that I choose to use on a day-to-day basis. I'm a big believer that language that you use actually shapes the way that you think, and it shapes your reality in essence. And I'll go into that in a whole video by itself. And also the exercises and things that I do to change my belief systems, because your belief system is everything. If you believe something, then it's true. And what I want to be true, basically. So today I'm going to talk all about meditation. And this is a subject that I never really thought was that interesting. I thought, to be honest, I always thought the idea of meditation and relaxation was a very boring subject. And so I'm really excited to talk about it, because now that I've experienced actually putting it into place, and this is the first time I've ever done any meditation over the last couple of months, I've actually discovered how interesting it can be, and I love talking about it. So at first, when I heard about hypnobirthing and that it was going to involve a whole lot of meditation and relaxation, I wasn't really that keen on the idea, because I'd tried in the past to do guided meditations, and I've always found them really frustrating, because I lose focus, I'd get bored, and I'd feel like I was wasting my time, like, you know, when we were lying there and deep breathing, and I felt like there was just a million things going through my mind. And I get frustrated with myself because I didn't know how to quiet my mind. And so if anybody out there has ever felt that way, I think that what I'm about to say may or may not help, but it definitely did help me a lot. And so, first of all, the thing that I discovered was when I decided to get serious about committing to a process that was going to result in a pain-free birth, I made a decision not to go to group exercises and not to listen to guided meditation CDs. I listened to them at first, and I did go to some groups at first, but I feel that everybody is different, and I'm personally somebody who needs to think for themselves. Like when I exercise alone. When I meditate, I'll meditate alone. And if I've got someone guiding me through the process, I feel as if I'm being rushed through the process. It's not happening organically for me, and that's the reason why meditation has never worked for me in the past. So essentially, I do it alone. I do my own exercises alone without guidance, so that I can take my time to process everything, and I can do it as quickly or as slowly as I like, and that works for me. So what do I do on a day-to-day basis is, the first thing that I learned from the hypnobirthing is some breathing exercises. And there's actually a few different breathing exercises. The one that really works for me is the long breathing. And so this is basically, it's breath that you take in. The aim is to get 20 seconds breathing in and 20 seconds breathing out. Now, if you try doing that straight off, you'll find that it's actually really hard to do. You just can't get enough breath in, and you can't hold it long enough to be breathing out for that long. So what I do is I start at 10 seconds, and then I make it 11 seconds, and then 12, and then eventually I get up to 20. And I found that in this process, by the time I've got up to 20, I've already started to really relax. And so what I do is that after I've got up to 20 breaths in, so counting all the way up, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 20, and then all the way out. And it's very important, by the way, as you're doing this, is to have your jaw open. So breathing in like, not jammed open, but the idea that the actual muscles in the jaw are relaxed to the point where they can just sit. And this is very important because the actual relaxation of the jaw has a relationship, a very clear relationship with the rest of your body, and in particular in the lower part of your body, in your uterus and your cervix. So if you have, and if you actually see photos, videos of animals giving birth, they've almost always got their mouths open, and so that because there is this relationship between muscle groups and relaxing tension in your jaw, you can imagine if you tense your jaw right now that it's going to tense everything else. Relaxing it will actually relax everything else. So anyway, so breathing in, 20 seconds in, 20 seconds out. When I've done that about 10 times, then I start to concentrate and isolate certain parts of my body. So I'll start with my head, and I'll imagine myself breathing into my head. So the idea that all of the air is going in there, and then as I'm breathing out, I'm releasing it. And then into the forehead, breathing into it, releasing it, eyes, releasing it. And this could take quite a while. If I'm feeling particularly tense, then I will really isolate. Like it might be just my nose. I'll breathe into my nose and then relax my nose, and into my lips and relax my lips. And or if I'm feeling like I can do it quickly, I can actually breathe in and then just relax my body all the way down, one bit at a time in one breath. And this is something that I learnt, is that often in a guided meditation, straight away they start telling you about release your thoughts, and if any thoughts come, just let them go type thing. And that for me was always really, I'm quite a highly strung sort of person, so for me to release my thoughts was really frustrating. And the more I tried, if you ever tried not to think, the more you start thinking, and then that little voice inside your head just like, did I just think something? Oh, I did it again, and you kind of you get more and more frustrated. So I found that what works for me is that I don't try to relax my mind. I'm thinking, okay, let my mind think. I'll just think about anything I want. All I'm thinking about right now is relaxing my body. So I'm thinking about my body parts and relaxing them one by one. And I think taking this pressure off actually causes my mind to relax very, very gradually. So once I've got to the point where I've released my whole body and I feel like my whole body is heavy and relaxed, then I start some visualization. This is the part where I start to actually concentrate on quieting the mind if it hasn't already done so by itself. And I do this by just the affirmation I say over and over again is saying, I feel relaxed and happy. I'm so relaxed and happy. Or I say, I'm calm, my baby's calm. And I don't try to elaborate on that. I just say the same affirmation over and over and over again. And it is kind of hypnotic in a way, in that if you say something enough times, it just starts to be the only thing that you can think of. So I'm thinking, I'm calm, my baby's calm. I'm calm, my baby's calm. And then I have all sorts of different visualizations. And these are ones that I created myself, that suited my mentality and that suited me. And this is also another reason why I do meditation alone without the guidance of somebody else's creativity. So to share a couple of different visualizations that I do, one of them is that I usually start with is that I'm on top of a mountaintop and I'm looking down onto the ocean. And all I'm really seeing is the glitter of the light on the top of the ocean. And at first when I started doing this, I was really frustrated because the image was not clear. I'd find that I'd see a little bit of the image, but I couldn't create a holistic image. And the more I just started to just let go of that and not to expect to create this clear image, every time I did it, it would just get clearer. And so my advice to anyone who has never done meditation before is really don't try to be perfect. Like, let it be in your mind. You know, you're trying to visualize an ocean, but maybe the only thing that's coming up is an elephant. Don't get frustrated with yourself. Just go with it. And so that's my first visualization. The next thing is that I go into my brain's control room. So my brain's control room, I designed myself. I go down sort of a pebbled path all the way down to where there's a caravan. It's an overgrown, old-fashioned caravan. And when I open up the door, I go into my brain's control room, which is actually like this really suave control room, just like, you know, in a music studio, because I'm a musician by trade originally, so I like the idea that my control room is like a music studio. And so in this music studio, there's all of these different knobs all the way around the room, and so I can go and actually control what I want to turn up and what I want to turn down. So for instance, I might turn up a feeling of relaxation, and I'll turn that up, and I can see this electric sort of current going up into the ceiling. And then maybe calm, I will turn that up, and love, gratitude, whatever it is that I feel like I want to feel more of, and I just take a little bit of time to feel that feeling. And to be honest, I know I use the word frustrated a lot, but this is what I experience, is that often there's this expectation of, I know now I'm doing it, but I'm not feeling anything. It's okay. You don't have to feel what you expect you're going to feel. The more that you relax with it, the more that eventually it'll actually work. Where I've got to the point where if I turn up the feeling of happiness, I actually feel a warmth spread across my chest every time I do it.